That's wild. You know, I still don't really look at myself in that way. It just feels... But I really appreciate you saying it. That's very sweet.
¿Qué tal amigos y amigas de Futuro, la radio del rock? Estamos acá en las entrañas del Movistar Arena, nuevamente donde hemos estado tantas veces, y en esta ocasión a puertas, a pocos minutos de que salgan al escenario en esto que será una residencia de 3 noches acá en Movistar con la gente de Incubus. Nicole Row, bienvenida, welcome to Chile again.
Yeah, we're excited to be back. Just like, what, 3 weeks? 2 weeks later? Yeah. Crazy.
The first question, maybe the whole country is asking that, what is the Seagulls?
What is what?
The Seagulls?
I'm still not sure. And when I asked a bunch of local people, they just said, you know, it just represents like, Chile. That's all the people said to me. So do you know?
No, I don't know. I ask you for you. Who got the Seagulls? Brandon, you?
I mean, I maybe got the first one, no big deal. But I think they gave Brandon the gold one. So I don't know what that means for me, but I feel important. Yeah. And that's a nice feeling. Yeah.
It's kind of a weird, strange for you guys, no? This kind of festival is your first experience like that?
Not our first experience, but I think none of us were anticipating that. Oh. We didn't really know what we were walking into.
Oh, really?
So when we got there and everyone was dressed to the nine, you know, just in gowns, and we were just sort of like in t-shirts and jeans walking up like, what's happening? It was a really nice way to sort of fall into the event for sure. Yeah.
It was a good vibe for you guys just to accept this kind of things we've been doing in Chile for many years.
I'm not sure I caught the whole question, but it was a really special night for us for sure. We, the whole crowd was so into it, and we had so much engagement, and everybody was screaming, and it was such a powerful exchange for us to be there. Yeah.
And you back again in Chile, and 3 weeks later, and gonna play for 3 nights in a row. It's a huge things for you. But the band, what is the opinion about the band to play 3 nights in a row?
Yeah, I mean it makes us feel wanted and appreciated, and everybody's buying tickets, and we're really excited about that. And it's also really nice to be able to stay in one place for a few nights and sort of establish, we know what the sound is going to be like, we kind of get a vibe for the stage, and so every night we're going to swap out some songs and try to make it different, and we'll be really comfortable, on stage up there.
Is the same show in the 3 nights, or maybe you made some change, some little surprise for the audience?
Yes. Oh. Yes, we're definitely going to change it up each night and just kind of feel it out and see what we want to throw in each night.
What does it mean for you as a new member, Morning View album? What does it mean to you, this album?
It was a huge surprise to me. I didn't know we were doing that. When I came on board, they had already made the decision to make the new album, or the re-record. And when they asked me to do it, I had like a flashback into my childhood because I grew up listening to that album. And it was a huge shock and a huge pleasure to be able to do it. And I'm so excited that it's out, and I'm, sending it to my mom and dad, being like, look what I did. Yeah.
And for you, at that time, when you have, 14, 15 years old, what does it mean, Morning View for you? Listen for the first time that record.
Ooh, well, how old was I? I mean, I was so young, and I think I was introduced to it by my dad. So I have a lot of memories with my dad on our boat, or in his truck driving through Madeira, just listening to it. So I have a lot of nostalgic experiences tied to it. So when we get to play it, I have like childhood memories, which is really beautiful.
It's beautiful, and I think it's a kind of a dream come true, no?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, when I got a DM on Instagram from Mike, that was the invitation to play with them, and when I came into rehearsal to play with them, it was sort of a dream state. I was like, this can't be happening, right? Because I was playing with bands that were more current to my, my time, so like Miley or Panic at the Disco, and then playing with these guys, somebody I grew up with, was very very fun and exciting. And when we played the songs, they just kind of poured out because I'd been hearing them for so long. And, yeah.
Do you know the songs before the call? You play the yeah?
I mean, they're all over. I mean, they're bands they're the kind of band that you would hear on a radio station anywhere or in a Target. You know what I mean? Like just kind of, they're very, they're in everybody's blood a little bit. So, you know, when we would kind of jam through things, we'd play it and they'd kind of look at me after and be like, you've played this before, right? You must have played this before. Like, yeah, I just sort of know it. Everybody knows their music.
You've been rehearsing all your life?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, subconscious. Yeah.
Let's talk about the instrument, no? You're a bass player. Why the bass? Why you choose the bass and not the guitar or singer maybe or pianist? Why the bass? Why do you look at and this instrument is like you for the first time?
Yeah, I don't know if I have a great answer for that. I think some people are just naturally inclined or drawn to a certain instrument, people who play music. And I sort of dabbled in a lot of different things and overall just loved music as a whole. But then when I started playing bass, it just felt more natural to me. You know what I mean? I just had more of more instincts on that instrument. And so, yeah, it's just sort of a thing that came with me, I guess.
And you still have some heroes from the bass as a bass player who teach you, listen to his music?
You know what's funny is whenever people ask me this, I don't have a good answer for that.
Oh, no?
No, I mean, I change my like favorite person all the time. Like it just kind of changes with what I'm getting into. Like, you know, lately my last person that I was studying so much was Derek Hodge, which is just sort of a very left field, you know, he's like a songwriter and stuff, but his musical stylings on the bass are something that I was drawn to. So, you know, growing up, it was just sort of all over the map. You know what I mean? I just played all kinds of different stuff. And I mostly just chose, I didn't study a bass player. I studied songs or, you know, an album or something like that I liked. So just, I didn't really tie myself to having a person that I followed. It just never really stuck with me that way.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And you become now you're a kind of a idol or hero for the new generation.
I mean,
how do you feel about that?
That's wild to hear. That's wild. You know, I still don't really look at myself in that way. It just feels silly to me when I picture myself to think about myself that way. But I really appreciate you saying it. That's very sweet.
And the whole band, I think the whole band, they have this kind of respect for your works and they show you live in the live performance every night when you play with the guys.
Yeah, I mean we have a good connection, all of us. You know, we're like really good friends very quickly, very naturally. So that translates musically and on stage. They seem to appreciate, you know, what I'm bringing into the songs bass-wise. They seem to be happy with that. And, you know, we all have our silly moments on stage where we, you know, we're either jamming or like, you know, telling jokes from across the stage. And, you know, yeah, we just share a lot of really good positive energy throughout the show.
Who's the idea to play some covers on the shows? Would you like to play some covers too?
Yeah, I mean, we love playing covers. We're going to play some tonight. The idea, I think, like one of them that we're playing tonight, In the Air, we're going to play that one tonight. I want to say, somebody's going to correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say I threw that out almost as a joke, and then we ended up doing it. So, you know, it just kind of, everyone tosses the ideas in the hat, and we just wait for everyone to go, yes, in agreement, you know, and that's when we use something. So, yeah.
Things happens.
Yeah, it just happens. It's just throwing ideas, throwing like paint at the wall, you know, and seeing whatever you like all together.
And this moment, yeah, I mean, you obviously enjoy this moment playing as a member of Incubus. What do you look to yourself at the future? Yeah.
I mean, the future has a lot right now. I'd say we have a new album that's coming out soon. We're still doing the Morning Few thing, and you know, I write my own stuff too. So it's just like widespread music all across the board. You know, it's just gonna keep growing in all different kinds of directions. So, yeah, new music.
And your music? So what about your music? Your music? Your writing, your composing.
I mean, we do, you know, our high energy rock with Incubus, and then for me, I get in my off time and I sit down and I write my, you know, bass neo soul, like moody, like, you know, neo soul moody music, I guess. Yeah.
It's funny because Incubus is a kind of band from the nu metal. There is the name, but they have some soul, some jazzy movement. You play like a very funky style.
Yeah.
How you connect this kind of genders and with your way to play bass? It's I think it's very funky, very soul.
That's kind of what I came into this with, and it's very easily translated. You know, I just play my style. I play the songs in my own style, and I think from the beginning of, you know, Incubus, I mean, all the bass players have been pretty funky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, in their own right. So I think it's a good crossover because you have like the new metal and put some funk in it, and it is the Incubus sound a little bit. You know. Yeah.
Nicole, would you like to send some message to the Chilean fans for today, for tomorrow, for next tomorrow?
We love you guys so much. Thank you for having us back. Thank you for giving us 3 shows here, and we want to see some like mosh pits tonight, like some jumping, some screaming, and some pits. Yeah, for sure.
And finally, I would like to give you some gift from the radio Futuro. This is Violeta Parra.
Oh, nice.
She's the art master woman in the art and musician in Chile, and the whole Latin America. She's the one.
Love this.
Yeah.
When I'm at home, I have a house in the woods in Washington State, and we just listen to records all day, so this would be perfect. I love this. Yeah.
All right. This is from 1967.
Yeah.
And this is a kind of different band. This is Los Prisioneros, rock, new wave, and this is a synth pop from the 90s in Chile. I hope you like it. I think this is the most better way to resume the Chilean music with the two artists.
Cool. Thank you so much. I'm excited to check them out.
Enjoyed it, and thank you for having us, and enjoy the show, enjoy the 3 nights.
Yeah, you guys enjoy it too.
Thank you. Nicole Row en Futuro, la radio del rock, y nosotros nos alistamos para disfrutar la primera de las 3 noches aquí en la Movistar Arena con Incubus en la radio del rock.
Bye.